Girl, Porsha Williams' divorce from her ex-husband, Simon Goubadia, keeps getting nastier and nastier every single day. The divorce news was shocking because one moment they were all lovey-dovey, and the next thing we knew, Simon was exposed for being an illegal immigrant who scammed his way into the US. Porsha immediately filed for divorce after that, but Simon was determined not to go down easy, and the divorce got hella messy. But things took an even messier turn a couple of days ago when Simon claimed that Porsha allegedly had an affair with rapper Future during their marriage. Porsha clapped back and mocked him for having an ED. Child, we need to talk about this drama because these two are wild. Okay, so if you've been following this divorce drama, then you probably already know that this isn't the first time that these two have been taking shots at each other. They're both petty AF, so I guess we shouldn't be so surprised. Plus, fans don't exactly feel sorry for Porsha because she got with Simon while he was still allegedly married to his ex, Fallon, who was kind of friends with Porsha. Anywho, it doesn't look like the drama is over yet because Simon just replied to the divorce filing, and if you think that it's going to be drama-free, well, you clearly don't know him well enough. In this filing, Simon asked her to admit or deny that their prenup was unfair and unreasonable. In addition, he asked her to admit or deny that she married the respondent for his money. Now, we don't know the exact details of the prenup, but the fact that Simon is trying to get it thrown out kind of makes me wonder if Porsha stands to benefit a lot from it. This is not the first time that we've seen a celeb use this line of defense. Corey Hardrick also used it in his divorce from Tia Mowry, and he managed to get the prenup thrown out. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Also, this is not the first time that Simon has accused Porsha of marrying him for his money. He has been calling her out for being a gold digger from the moment she filed for divorce, so that part is nothing new. He also made some other claims about how Porsha never loved him, how she cheated on him in the marriage, how she blindsided him with the divorce, and other stuff. According to reports, other questions including asking her to admit or deny she filed for divorce without telling him, whether she cheated on him during the marriage, and whether she was intimate with another person during their union. He asked Porsha to admit or deny that she was never in love with him. Simon also asked Porsha to answer what was your understanding of the reasons why your husband paid you a 5-figure monthly allowance during the marriage. So it seems like a major part of him being so salty is that he spent a lot of money on her during the marriage, while she dumped him at the end of the day without thinking twice. Now, y'all have to remember that just because Simon is making these claims doesn't mean that they are 100% true. I'm also not saying that he's lying. I'm just saying that we need to keep an open mind in cases like this. Simon went on to hint that she had cheated in the marriage and named a couple of men he suspected her of having inappropriate relationships with. According to the court documents, Simon asked her to explain the nature of her relationship with a man named Kelvin, her ex Dennis McKinney, and another man named Jonathan. His request also asks, explain the nature of your relationship with Nevadius Demon Cash, professionally known as Future. Future? Girl, when I tell y'all that I was blindsided about this accusation of Porsha and Future, it's random AF because they don't even run in the same circles or have mutual friends in common. They don't even have any pictures together. So it's wild to imagine that they could have allegedly had an affair right under our noses and we didn't know something was going on. Either Simon is making things up or this affair is the best kept secret in Hollywood. A lot of people don't believe this narrative that Simon is trying to spread, and this person tweeted, I don't know if I believe Porsha and Future. Simon is just messy and hurt, and I feel like we would have heard about that by now. Future is known for being something of a 304, and he's known for slanging that thing all around town with multiple women, so the thought of him having an affair with a married woman isn't all that shocking. But what's shocking is the thought of him and Porsha allegedly getting their freak on. However, several sources close to Porsha have denied the affair and accused Simon of trying to run a smear campaign, saying Porsha does not know Future. Now, if there is one thing that we know about Porsha, it's that she does not take disrespect lying down, and she immediately clapped back at Simon for having an ED. For those who don't know what an ED is, it basically refers to when a man can't get it up in the bedroom, if you catch my drift. Anywho, Porsha wrote ED. She went on to share a screenshot about ED that said, how does a man feel when he has ED? It is common for men with ED to feel anger, frustration, sadness, or lack confidence. However, the condition can be treated. Anxiety and stress are common emotional responses, but one qualitative study found that actually the most commercial reaction was a sense of emasculation. Hashtag men's health awareness. She was basically saying that the reason Simon was acting so salty was because he was dealing with the side effects of his ED. And that's some nasty business. She then wrote things you can do to help with erectile dysfunction. 1. Lose weight if you're overweight. 2. Stop smoking. 3. Eat a healthy diet. 4. Exercise daily. 5. Try to reduce stress and anxiety. Simon clapped back with, if I didn't allow witches in my life, my angel would not have to work so hard. Whew, these two are as messy as they come. He also wrote, the narrative changed from imminent deportation and fleeing the country to Dubai to broke and selling luxury cars. Waiting for next narrative. The next narrative has arrived. ED. Hashtag wife for the streets. He then said, this railroad 265-day just does not get it. There are consequences for making inflammatory and defamatory statements. Get your coins together, you're going to need every dime to defend what's coming. A woman that has a history of coming for the manhood of every ex, peddling same old narrative and tricks. Unfortunately, you met the right one. Hashtag railroad 265 days, hashtag married 453 days. So does this mean that he is planning to sue her for defamation or slander? Honestly, with these two, who can tell? I would not be surprised if he decides to add this to the divorce filing. Like I said, he is not going down without a fight, and if he can find a reason to make things even messier, you'll best believe that he's going to do just that. In another post, he said, ED has never felt this good. Let me take my ED self around the world as a single man with no ducks in tow. Porsha's baby daddy Dennis McKinley then entered the conversation, mocking Simon.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
This seemed to get under Simon's skin because he then made a post where he criticized Porsha for being insensitive to people living with ED, saying, I find the vilification and lack of empathy in our community for people with ED as extremely low vibrating and distasteful. If I suffer from ED, I would hope that my friends, family, and community would not use my condition as a source of entertainment. Someone found it expedient to use the condition for their own selfish reasons to take attention away from their own conduct, which in time will play out like everything else in life. For those suffering with this condition, I empathize with you. Your condition should not be a source of entertainment or vilification. Child, these folks are messy AF, and fans commented, Simon making posts to make erectile dysfunction sound like a life-threatening disease families are suffering with in an attempt to make Porsha look like the villain is comical because no matter what he does, he will always look like the manipulative man he is. Simon doing Porsha worse than his wife before her. Well, see what happens when you play dirty games? Karma. And Porsha really hurt Simon with this ED read. If I was her, I would keep it going. This is a lot of drama, but y'all drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.